So this is the first walk I've done of substantial nature in June, and the last time I did a large walk of this size was back in April. Now we're starting just east of Braemar at Invercauld car park, and this gives access to the Invercauld estate. It's a very remote road that we're climbing today, and this is Ben Avon that we're going up to, and we're talking about 30 to 35 kilometers of walking. I might even call it marching. A lot of it is on good quality footpaths, and much of it can be done on a mountain bike. So in terms of where we are, we're on the A93, and this is the main road west out of Aberdeen. So that's about an hour and 20 minutes drive for anyone coming from there. And from Perth, I'm reckoning you're talking about 1 hour, 30 minutes driving from there. So we're going to head onto the track and see what conditions are like. So here I am in the Invercauld estate, and we're going to be heading up to Ben Avon. It's a big long mountain hike. It's about 20 kilometers each way, and it's the most easterly of the large Munros in the Cairngorms group of mountains. So in the first instance, we've got paved tracks to walk along, and these turn into forest tracks. They go on the north side of the River Dee, and beyond that the footpath becomes rough for a little while, and then it becomes quite good. So let's continue. So emerging out of the forest, we continue on the track, and this will continue for a little while longer, and then it will degrade down into a footpath. We can't see the main Munros at this moment, but the valley's tightening up, and beyond the valley it will open up and swing round to the right, and then we will head into the corrie of Ben Avon. So I've now climbed out of the valley, and we end up on this saddle point. So the view emerges, and as you can see in the distance, we've got Cairngorms. So what we do is we follow this footpath round, and it will swing round to the right and head into the Ben Avon corrie, or the glen beneath the Ben Avon corrie, and we'll head up to a saddle point called the Sneck, which is the high ground linking Ben Avon with Ben Avon. So just a little bit further along from where I was before, we can scroll around to the right and we can see exactly where we're going up. It's right up into that valley there. It's still got some distance to go, and I've already walked about 2 hours already. So the scope of the remaining distance has now become clearly very apparent. Okay, so I'm in the upper valley. It's been a pretty decent footpath all the way up to the top, and we're nearly at the Sneck. We have got just a short distance left to go. It's just to the right of these outcrops on the horizon. So let's continue. So I'm now above the Sneck. Here is Ben Avon. We're not going that way today. We'll be heading up this way. So that's the way up to Ben Avon, and then there's a little bit of plateau walking, and we should get up to the top. So let's continue. So here I am approaching the summit of Ben Avon, The walk in, that's 20 kilometres. That's taken me about 5.5 hours, I'd say. Maybe 5. So once we get to the top, there's a little bit of scramble. I want to see whether I can scramble whilst holding this camera at the same time. So I'm nearly at the Tors and nearly on the last scrambly bit. Let's see what we got up here. Right, a little bit of a heave-ho. So, this is the summit. So we've got a little scramble here. I'll just leave my stick here and let's see what I can do whilst holding my camera. So it's all granite. So it should be pretty grippy stuff. Grippy, but not very hand-holdy. Right, let's see. I should have my rucksack mount. This would have been a lot easier. Here we go. Right, there we go. Nice and grippy, but I need both hands for going down. Let's just take a look around. Let's take this down. So we've got other tours of Ben Avon looking around. Let's zoom in on some. That one's quite a substantial tour. I don't know the names of them. I'm sure they've got names. So in the distance we've got Loch Nagar over here. Been a feature of many videos so far this year. And over here we've got Ben Avon in the distance in the haze. Got Ben Avon. And we can see Breriac off to the right. Let me just pitch up a little bit. There we go. So we've got Breriac on the right, and then on the left with snow we've got Ben Macdui. Then we've got the Cairngorm. Then we've got Bainacamore. We've got various corbets of unknown name. Over here we've got Tomintoul. We've got the Cromdale Hills. And we've got Ben Rinnes. And right over in the distance over here we've got Benahee, my home little hill. Okay, let's get off this thing. I don't think I'll be recording me getting off. I need both my hands, but let's just have a look what it looks like going down.
So that's what I've got faced with going downhill. Well, I think this is only my fourth time on Ben Avon, and of those 4 times, 2 of those occasions were part of a big multi-day campaign where I'd climbed Ben Avon and Ben Avon at the same time. But more recently, they've just been day trips, in this instance coming up from Invercauld car park. It's a big long walk in. I reckon you could save 5 kilometers on the way in and on the way out if you bring a bicycle. So you can reduce the walking down from 40 to 30 kilometers. But it's remote, and because it's remote, the amount of time you need just to climb Ben Avon doesn't afford you any time to climb Ben Avon, unless of course you're willing to start out really early in the morning and finish very late in the evening. As it is, on a beautiful blue sky day today, the big hazard is dehydration. I've got 2 litres of water. I'll be replenishing on the way down in one of the streams. I've once attempted a walk over of the 2 Munros in one day, and it didn't work. If you add in any kind of wind above gale force, it just makes the whole prospect extremely exhausting, and that's what I was faced with on that particular attempt. So it's now time to retrace my steps and head back to Invercauld car park. Well, I'm very nearly back at the car now, and it's been a long march. So I've developed blisters on my right foot. It's very painful to walk. Muscles are aching, and I think I'm quite dehydrated, and one of the symptoms of that, I believe, is when the back of your legs, your muscles there, start to cramp up. So I've been abstracting water from the streams for extra liquid. I've drunk 3 litres, and that's still not enough. So I will be absolutely relieved to get back to the car and then drive home, get some fish and chips on the way, and then put my feet up. So I'd like to thank you for accompanying me on my walk, and thank you for watching.